Alright, YouTube, we are back on our bullshit. State of Play was announced today, of course. No surprises there. We knew it was coming. There's been a State of Play every year for like 5 or 6 years or some shit in the month of September. So, like, it was inevitably going to happen. A new State of Play airs September 24th. Tune in for 35 plus minutes of reveals and news from PlayStation Studios and developers around the world. Tune in live this Wednesday for more than 35 minutes of reveals and news from developers around the world. We'll share new looks at anticipated third-party and indie titles, plus updates from some of our teams at PlayStation Studios, including an extended look at Saros, House Marquee's mysterious new title arriving next year. Look forward to nearly 5 minutes of gameplay captured on PS5. The next State of Play begins September 24th at 2 p.m. PT, 5 p.m. ET, 11 p.m. CEST, September 25th at 6 a.m. JST on YouTube and Twitch, and we broadcast in English with Japanese subtitles also available. See you then. So ahead of this State of Play, there was a leak at some point, I'm not exactly sure when, that had Saros, however you say it, I honestly do not give a shit, that was a part of that leak. And that's been confirmed, obviously, with this like little article we got for the State of Play, that they're going to have like 5 minutes of gameplay for that game or whatever. So that seems to add some credibility to that leak, right? The fact that they got the Saros thing right. But alongside that leak was also Wolverine and a new God of War game. So Wolverine's one of those games that people have been anticipating for quite a long time now. This initial reveal trailer came out more than 4 years ago, dude. And I think it's been relatively silent. I don't keep up with this game like that, so I can't speak to everything out there. But I think this is kind of our only look at the game ever. Official look, because of course we did have a leak. But according to this recent rumor, this is supposed to give us a release date or release window of 2026. And there's some other rumors or reports that there is a completed trailer to show off, so the odds are pretty decent that this will be here. Resident Evil 9 is apparently going to be here as well, which isn't much of a surprise. The game's not super far out. There is the report, I guess, that there's going to be a special surprise at the end, potentially the reveal of Leon finally. As for the new God of War game, it's hard to say what it is. There's been a long-rumored God of War that's set in Greece that is supposed to be like Metroidvania kind of or something. It's like a 2.5D God of War game or some shit. It's pretty strange. We don't know for sure if that's what this is supposed to be, at least according to this rumor. It's just a new God of War game. It could be a follow-up to like Ragnarok / 2018, right? There's a title for it. It's Dawn of Olympus and a release window of 2026. We'll see if that happens tomorrow. I think it would be awesome if it did, just because people often roll their eyes at 4chan leaks, and I totally get it, because they're usually pretty obviously fake. But sometimes they're real, dude. Sometimes we've looked at a few 4chan leaks over the years that have been correct, right? So it would be kind of funny if this one was correct, right? Obviously, they got the Saros thing right. Also got the release date right. I can't find this 4chan post itself. I've tried to track it down. The comicbook.com article I've been reading over just linked to a Reddit post that has since been taken down. So I don't know exactly where the 4chan leak is, or if that's also been taken down. But you guys know why we are here. We're hoping for something from Square Enix. Anything. The obvious want is Remake Part 3. That's clearly what all of us are hoping for. The majority of us. If you're a Square Enix fan, you're also potentially hoping for Kingdom Hearts 4, Dragon Quest 12, something like that, right? Those are ones that are on my list too. And I'm honestly fine with any of that. Like, we talk about Part 3 all the time, of course. But, like, I'm satisfied with, a Dragon Quest 12, a Kingdom Hearts 4 reveal. Even another Nier game would be awesome. Like, anything like that's fine, dude. Because I know that Part 3 is coming. Like, we know that's on a bit of a schedule. It's coming out probably in 2027, right? So we know that like, the marketing, the reveal that is coming up sometime soon. Kingdom Hearts 4, that shit's up in the air because of Disney. You just don't know when that's going to happen. And with Dragon Quest 12, we keep getting updates that, like, the development is still going. The game's not been canceled. That's kind of all we're getting. We've never had anything for that game other than a fucking, like, logo and a title. All of that is to say that I'm fine with really any kind of, like, decent reveal from Square Enix. I know we just got the Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined reveal, but that's also not that big of a game. Like, it looks cool. I'm excited for that. It actually appeals to me a lot more than the Dragon Quest 1 through 3 HD2D, right? It's a game that I'll probably play before I play those games. But it's not like a big major release for Square Enix. That's what we're talking about when we talk about, what the next game is. The next big reveal, when we talk about that shit, that's another Kingdom Hearts game. That's another Dragon Quest game, another Final Fantasy game, whether that is Part 3 or another numbered entry. Not that we'd get 17 so soon, obviously. But just like, that's what we're talking about when we talk about the big releases, right? Like these Dragon Quest, these HD games are doing, these older, remasters, remakes, whatever. They're great, they're cool, and they're definitely probably making them a lot of money because they don't cost as much to make as like a big, brand new like Dragon Quest 12 or whatever, right? So like those are awesome games, and I'm glad that they're doing those games for the people that are interested in that shit. But what we're looking for, at least what I'm looking for, is the big releases. At this point, over the last like month or so, we've talked about it enough. We're hoping for, expecting something potentially in the month of September. We've kind of gone through most of the month now. Now we're down to State of Play, which is tomorrow, and then, Tokyo Game Show over the next couple of days. And whether or not we get something remains to be seen. If there's something worth talking about with tomorrow's State of Play involving Square Enix, we'll definitely make a video. If not, I'll just be disappointed, which is what I'm used to when it comes to Square Enix. Anyways, that's the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Search networks in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, ffvii. That's it. Bye.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Logain, or leave it like Cobain.